So let us discuss about the next topic, which is free fall. We have learned that the object attract object towards it, and this is due to the gravitational force, right? So whenever object fall towards the earth under the force alone, we say that the objects are in free fall. Is there any change in the velocity of falling objects? So students, while falling, there is no change in the direction of motion of the objects. But due to the earth attraction, there will be a change in the magnitude of the velocity. So any change in the velocity involves acceleration. Whenever any object falls towards the earth, an acceleration is involved, right? This acceleration is called the acceleration due to gravitational force of the earth. Or you can say that the acceleration due to gravity. And the unit of small g is same as that of the acceleration, which is meter per second square. An object is said to be in free fall when it falls towards the surface of the earth only under the influence of gravitational force of the earth. So let us consider some conditions. So students, during free fall, what we have discussed right now, that the direction of motion is unchanged and the magnitude of velocity increases due to the attraction of the earth. So students, let us derive the value of small g from such equations. Acceleration due to gravity of the earth. Acceleration experienced by a body during its free fall due to the gravitational force exerted by the earth, and it is denoted by small g. Let us find out the value of small g on earth. So you people know that the value of capital G is 6.67 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, which is the constant value of gravitational. Now you people also know that the mass of earth is 6 into 10 raised to the power 24 kg, and the radius of earth is also constant, which is 6.4 raised into 10 raised to the power 6 meter. Now let us put these values in this equation, and we get to know that the value of due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. So we all know that an object experiences acceleration during free fall, and this acceleration experienced by an object is totally independent of its mass, right? So this means that all the objects, hollow or solid, big or small, should fall at the same rate. Yes, we got to know that the first equation of motion is V is equal to U plus GT. And what about the second one then? It must be S is equal to UT plus half GT square. We are doing place the value of A from this value, the value of small g, which is also acceleration due to gravity. Now the third equation of motion is V square is equal to U square plus 2gs. We are doing nothing here, we are just replacing the value, we are just replacing the constant, and just because we are replacing this value, the value of A from the value of G, we can say that the value of G is positive when it is in the direction of the motion, and in this case the value of G is negative whenever it is in the opposite to the direction of the motion. I hope this is totally clear to every one of you. Come to the topic, which is the mass and weight. So you have learned in the previous chapter that the mass of an object is measured of its inertia, right? So we have also learned that the greater the mass, the greater is the inertia. It remains the same whether the object is on the earth or the moon or even in outer space. Thus the mass of object is constant and does not change from place to place. Do we conclude that? Yes, we conclude that the mass of object is constant. It does not change from place to place. But what about weight now? We all know that the earth attracts every object with a certain force, and this force depends on the mass of the object and the acceleration due to gravity. So the weight of an object is the force within which it attracted towards the earth. These things we conclude that we can differentiate between mass and weight by this process. Mass is basically the measurement of inertia of the body, but in this case weight is the force with which earth attracts an object. It is basically the force with which earth attracts an object. Mass does not change from place to place, but weight does. It changes from place to place. SI unit of mass is kilogram, but when we talk about the SI unit of weight, it is Newton. It is a scalar quantity as it has only magnitude. It does not have any direction, but in this case, weight is a vector quantity as it has both magnitude plus it needs direction. It is denoted by small m, and when we talk about weight, it is basically denoted by W. As we know that the weight is basically the force which is attracted towards the earth. So from this we can say that what is the formula of force? Mass into acceleration, right? So we conclude that the formula of weight is mass into acceleration. We can say that the formula of weight is mass into acceleration. As we are discussing, we have learned that the weight of an object on the earth is the force with which the earth attracted the object, right? So in the same way, the weight of an object on the moon is the force with which the moon attracts the object. The mass of a moon is less than that of the earth. We all know about it. So due to this, the moon exerts lesser force of attraction on the object. While putting these values, when you put all these values in equation first and second, you get the entire result, which is mass of moon. The weight of moon is equal to 1/6 of the weight of the earth. So according to this, students, whenever the question come in your examination that what is the relation between the weight of moon and the weight of earth, you can say that the weight of moon is equals to 1/6 of the weight of earth.